My name is Adam Kenny. I am the head distiller for Kenny Farms Distilling. I went to Northern Illinois University. I have a degree in biology and a minor in chemistry. When I first went to college, I didn't know what my major was going to be. I had spent 4 years active duty military, and I took that 4 years to kind of figure out what I even wanted to do in life. But one of the reasons I did join was for the college tuition, and it's a really great program. In the state of Illinois, the state will pay your tuition while the GI Bill will pay you to go to school full time. And so in any case, I was just doing my gen eds, and I wanted to do something in the sciences, and then biology. I really liked my professor, and I also really liked microbiology, and so that was my focus. But I didn't declare a full major until about 2 years in. And I got the chemistry minor because you need so much chemistry to make biology work or to understand it that I picked up a few extra chemistry courses that also helps you a lot with job prospects. When you put on your resume that you even have a minor in chemistry, people open up a lot more doors. I was going to be a high school science teacher. I was all the way to the point of doing my student teaching. I was going to do my student teaching here in Rochelle, Illinois, when the ethanol plant opened up, right in my backyard. And I looked into both jobs, and honestly, I was interested in at the ethanol plant, but it also paid a lot better. So that's the career I chose. I was the lab manager for 3 years at the ethanol plant, and then I was production manager for 4 years, so 7 years total. After 7 years, my uncle was expanding his farm and also said he had another business opportunity. So I worked on the farm full time for about 2 years, and when we really started talking about this place, it has grown and changed from we were going to do everything on the farm. However, as we kept building it and thinking about the future, my uncle was like, you know what, let's do something really good, especially for the downtown Rochelle. So this is what you have right here. So yes, I was very excited. I still am very excited. I learn something still every day. I don't care how many millions or billions of alcohol you produce, you will learn something. Literally everything I do here has some sort of scientific reason behind it, and the sciences they're huge. They are huge. Yeast, that is what makes the alcohol, all right? The enzymes, that's what breaks down the starches into the sugars. I have to understand what's going on. Are we infected with bacteria? How do you destroy the bacteria without destroying the yeast, all right? Also a lot of lab testing. You're doing water testing a lot. I pretty much use a science every minute of every day here. It varies depending on what I'm doing for the day. When I'm cooking, mashing, and fermenting, it's more microbiology. When I'm running the still, it's actually more physics. You want to know what's going on inside that still. You're constantly monitoring things. You're constantly watching your temperatures, your pressures. I will take a sample about once every 40 minutes, make sure the proof is right where I need it to be. Because believe it or not, if a storm comes through, your temperatures will change a little bit and your proof's going to change. Because everything's based on atmospheric pressure, right? Well, as it drops, as the storms come through, everything boils off a little bit easier. So all of a sudden you're like, whoop. Storm, or you can almost tell when the rain's over. Rain's over, everything kind of changed, and then you just make a minor adjustment and you just come back again. I don't use trigonometry, but I use obviously basic math. The biggest thing I use math for, though, is all my conversions. Because in the scientific world, everything is in, let's say, grams or kilograms. However, when you buy a tote of chemical, it's always in gallons, all right? And you're trying to figure out dose rates, so you go from the metric system back to the U.S. standard. And so you're doing that all day long, no matter who you talk with or what you're doing, it's you're converting everything back and forth. You don't have to have the conversions memorized, all right? But know how to perform the functions. Know why you're doing it. Because there's a lot of them, I don't have them memorized, I don't. However, you can find a reference, you know where you need to go, and you know what you're starting with, all right? So that's huge. All right, number one, take school a little bit more seriously. All right, I told you guys I went to the military. I needed to mature a little bit, and it was a great thing, don't get me wrong, but I would tell teenage Adam, take school a little bit more seriously. It's not life or death, but at least get the basics down. Take a little bit more math. Okay, no one likes problems and no one likes issues, but I love systematically troubleshooting, going through the process, and then finding the answer, why something changed or why I have a problem. And then that feeling of, wow, I did this.